This is the second video in this week. Yeah, I know. I know. It's another one coming Sunday too. Yeah. So, but today we got 633-pound woman reveals her food hiding spots from the show Why 600 Pound Life. Yeah. My nigga Jax recommended this shit for me. Appreciate that. It's crazy because it's like, look at this. It's like all that is just fat. It's like it's not even. Ugh, that's just horrible. Like, like look at all this. Like look at all that damn friction.
My first start in the morning when I wake up is I'm still
Oh
alive.
yeah, this too.
I didn't die while I'm asleep.
That's a fucking surprise.
I dread getting out of bed in the morning.
It's crazy because it's like, what can you like do? Like, you're like she's basically. I think like you can't really do like activities. Like she can't do the shit I'll be able to do in my everyday life.
And because of my weight, I feel like my body's already
Like
giving
look
up.
at this shit.
I feel like
Bitch built like Jabba the Hutt.
my body's already giving up. I have lost most of my mobility and I can't stand on my own.
See,
Because
my
of
sister
that,
be watching
I
this
can
shit,
no
so
longer live alone.
I be knowing how big a motherfucker gotta
Even
be for
worse,
to
I
be
have to live
immobile
in
and
the
shit
middle of my
like that.
parents' living
Immobile.
room. It is the only room where I fit and it's close to the bathroom. I know I should be.
Like you can't even shit comfortably. Like, come on, man. Like, if I was to be able to shit comfortably, I don't know what I'd do.
Living in my own house.
I
I should
don't
be
know.
working instead of being stuck in this house. I am the oldest of 3 kids. And my sister and I are only 10 months apart, but we didn't spend much time together as kids because I was very sick as a child.
What kind of sickness?
I had asthma really bad, so I was in and out of the hospital with asthma attacks, and I was in an oxygen tent most of the time. I remember them holding me down, pinning me down.
I had asthma, or I have asthma, but it used to be bad. But I feel like me playing sports and shit like that, it helped kind of build my lungs so it won't really affect me that badly. Cause now my asthma already act up with like the seasons and shit change. So hey, she better start exercising some shit.
Sticking IVs in me. I felt like I was suffocating. But my family was always there when I was sick. And I remember looking over at my mom and seeing her sitting there crying and watching me suffer. And then by the time I was age 5 or 6, my asthma was controlled. For the first time in my life, I was feeling healthy and I thought this would be a happy time. But my illness took a financial toll on my family.
All right,
My
so
parents were always working.
fuck the backstory. I just want to see what a bitch hide her snacks.
And my mom was working 2 jobs. She would leave early in the morning and we would hardly ever see her. My dad was in the military, so he would be gone for long stretches of
I ain't
time.
come for her
And that
backstory.
really started to mess me up. Because when I was younger and in the hospital, everyone paid attention to me. And now it was like I didn't exist at all.
So she started eating because she wasn't getting attention anymore.
At that time, any stress or loneliness, I ran to food. I just started gaining and gaining.
So due to the fact that she wasn't sick anymore, her parents wasn't paying that much attention to her. Like they probably was paying attention to her, but not as much attention as she needed when her asthma and shit was going on. To be honest, that's not an excuse.
Gaining and
I don't give
gaining.
a fuck.
When I was 10 years old, I probably was
I don't give a
100
fuck.
pounds. By the time I was 23, I was over 400 pounds. I started working in the medical field as a nurse assistant. But being on my feet all day was hard because of my weight.
Like, you know what you got to eat in one day to actually reach that threshold?
So I had to leave my job. After that, I became depressed and didn't have any work to turn to. So
And then her eating so much put her into depression. Like you just
I
fucked
moved back
yourself.
in with my
Like she literally just fucked herself over, literally.
parents. And then by the time I was 32, I was 480. I started
All right, look. By the time she was 32, she was 480 pounds. Her being that big put her in depression. She ate her way that big, so why the fuck? She couldn't say, all right, let's let me put this down, or let me just work out, or like you took the initiative to eat it and do all that. So like, and then when they do get that big, they plead for help. Like what? No, that's not how that shit works.
looking at what I ate, tried so many different diets. I would go up and down, but it never works. Food or weight, food always wins. Once I was over 500 pounds, I was falling. I couldn't keep my balance. I couldn't keep my weight up because of my legs were giving out. So that's when I started being in a wheelchair.
Like this year, I need to go compare myself to her.
I feel that Karina is using the wheelchair as a crutch now, and she stopped doing things for herself. Everything
Yeah,
is
like
handed to her.
I reached 600 pounds when I was 37. And I decided to have a balloon procedure done to help me with my eating. The surgeon inserted a balloon in my stomach to try to control my appetite to make my stomach smaller. Having the balloon in my stomach helped me lose 120 pounds. But then I had an accident. I fell through the deck,
then look, she turns to surgery to help her lose the weight. She said she lost 120.
broke my leg, and everything went downhill. I then fell back into my old habits
Then she broke her leg and started eating again. Like,
and started to gain the weight right back. And now I'm afraid I'm already back at 600 pounds, and I just feel like
not only did you lose all your fucking money, not like that, but like she just wasted fucking money. But like, oh,
I'm trapped again.
now I feel like she give herself like self pity and shit like that. Like, I understand this shit like that, but I feel like she giving herself self pity, or is she looking for pity?
Come on, Mija.
It is so difficult for me to actually get out of the house. Just to get out of the front door is a huge challenge
Because
for
there's
me.
like resources or like programs that actually
And by the
like
time that I do,
make
I'm
sure
out
you
of
stay
breath.
on top of it. I'm pretty sure she could have found a trainer who was willing to actually push her and stick with her through like this whole thing. With
But I prefer to
I
pick
ain't
up
cut
my
her
own
for all
food at
that.
the
Bitch,
grocery
where the snacks at? She go to the grocery
store
store right now.
because I'll get what I know what I like. Versus if I tell my mom or my dad, sometimes they won't get it. My parents have to drive.
It's crazy because the only reason she come out the house is to go to the grocery store because she might ask for something and her parents might not get it. So she goes to make sure her parents get the food. You see what I mean? Like, you're not helping yourself.
Me.
If you don't go with your parents and they don't get it, you see as a sign of them trying to help you. So it's like, you should see as a sign like, of them trying to help you fight the temptation.
And I sit in the back of the van on the floor.
A big ass need a
So they
tow
literally
truck.
had to fold the seats in the van down, put a blanket on the floor.
Like, she got laid out in the fucking car.
Right in the back of the van.
Look at this shit, bro. Like what? Like, come on, like, make it make sense.
Makes me feel like I'm cargo. Like I'm an animal being transported somewhere.
Come on, Niha.
Shit, you big like what?
And getting out of the van is just as hard, if not harder than getting into the van. Some grocery stores have electric carts and I'll get on the electric cart. Some of them don't, so I have to wheel myself. And I'm already exhausted from getting in and out of the van. Then push.
Like,